I cannot wait to try this. Today we're going to be looking at Disneyland's take on a Lunar New Year festival. I'll show you what there is to eat and do as I dine at all of the Marketplace Kiosks. In 2023, Disneyland's celebrating the Year of the Rabbit as well as the Year of the Cat. And as you can see, Oswald the Rabbit and Ortensia the Cat have made appearances. But let's start off with the snacks. Hey, I'm David Vaughn, and today we're at Disney California Adventure for Disneyland's Lunar New Year Festival. This is an annual event that Disneyland describes as a multicultural celebration of a joyous tribute to Chinese, Vietnamese, and Korean cultures. However, there are many different cultures that celebrate Lunar New Year. These are just the ones that Disneyland seems to be focusing on. Around the place, you will see decorations as well as marketplace kiosks placed throughout the different lands. There are 6 different marketplace kiosks where you can purchase snacks and drinks, and I'm going to start off today at the Red Dragon Spice Traders. And I also purchased a Sip and Savor pass here. Since I plan on having a bunch of different snacks, this does save me a bit of money. It's $45, Magic Key holders get them for $42. After you order them at the booths, you pull off a tab and you exchange it for a snack or a non-alcoholic drink. The tip here is to get the snacks for at least $7.50 to save you some money. Now, this red spice fried chicken bite is $8.75. It had a bit of a kick, was totally full of flavor. I absolutely loved it. Highly recommend this one. And I also tried the gochujang elote here. It's a steamed corn on the cob on a stick, rolled in gochujang and cheese. It's also drizzled in this red spicy gochujang sauce. This was a surprising hit for me, not something that is typically at a Lunar New Year celebration. If you like elotes and a little bit of kick, definitely get this one. And now heading across the way to Wrapped with Love, this serves delectable dumplings, wontons, and cocktails. I tried the pork and shrimp wontons as well as the plant-based bok choy and mushroom dumplings. They were both served in this black garlic sauce. I love wontons and dumplings, and honestly, something about this was just off. There was definitely this astringent flavor, kind of bitter. I don't know if it was a black garlic sauce. That would be my guess. I just cannot recommend these at all. However, I did try the grapefruit melon wine cocktail. It's got Sauvignon Blanc, grapefruit liqueur, watermelon puree, rock melon syrup, lime juice, and garnished with skewered grapes. It was totally light and refreshing, had a nice little wine flavor. Definitely very fruity. If you like fruity drinks, I highly recommend this one. And on to the next booth, we're heading over to Prosperity Bao Buns. Typically there are 2 different menu items on this one, but one of them is very elusive. The controversial pepperoni pizza Bao Buns have been off the menu. I didn't get to try them, but thankfully this barbecue pork bao was back. I loved it last year. A little bit messy as you can see, but it was delicious. Honestly, it had like a nice sweet barbecue flavor. Not too much of a kick with the jalapenos, but honestly, another hit. And across from that, we're gonna head over to Longevity Noodle Company. This one's serving 2 different noodle dishes, were a hit last year as well. So order those, but if you want a place to sit down and eat, maybe want to get a tray with all these different items and try them all at once, definitely head into Paradise Gardens Park. Here you'll see some decorations for the Lunar New Year celebration, but there's also plenty of seating around this spot. I tried the garlic noodles as well as the spicy pork dan dan noodles. Oh, and I finally found some chopsticks, so you can ask for those at the Marketplace Kiosks, but yeah, now I can eat these correctly. The garlic noodles are tossed in zesty garlic butter with Parmesan. This looks like spaghetti noodles. I mean, it looks good. Don't feel like this is an authentic type thing. This almost feels more like an Italian thing. And then the dan dan noodles are pan-fried noodles with ground pork and spicy chai chili sauce. And all of this is tossed with crushed peanuts. This did taste more similar to something that I would get at an Asian restaurant. I don't really understand some of the fusion stuff for Lunar New Year. I'm going to get into some of the criticism on that later. But before I do, if you are a Magic Key holder, you gotta pick up your free item. The Lunar New Year celebration runs from February 15th through January 20th. And Magic Key holders can head under the Silly Symphony swings to pick up their free button. This is designed by artist Amy Shen, has Ortensia and Oswald on it. You can pick it up between 1 and 5 p.m. daily. And then you can also go around the corner and check out this new photo op. It has Pixar Pier in the background as well as these nice lanterns. And there's also a spot where you can put your phone so you can put the timer on and then take your photo in front of the cat and the rabbit. But everyone can purchase this merch from the Lunar New Year celebration. Just head to this merchandise marketplace near Seaside Souvenirs in the Little Mermaid ride. There's all kinds of apparel and ears and even backpacks. And after seeing this merch, I think this is an appropriate time to talk about some of the criticisms that a lot of Asian creators have been saying about Disneyland's version of Lunar New Year. Many creators who traditionally celebrate Lunar New Year have said that this festival doesn't feel authentic. Chris from Magical Foodies has pointed out that many of the black and white colors as seen in the merchandise doesn't feel appropriate. Culturally, those could be mourning colors, and Lunar New Year is really about celebrating, not death. And after reviewing many of the fusion food items found in the Marketplace Kiosks, Chris stated, "I'm very upset with Disney. Lunar New Year Festival should be about authenticity and honoring our culture. This is not a time for innovation. I don't want to see fusion items." Personally, I don't want to speak on behalf of any cultures that are my own, but I do think it's important to note that if you're looking for an authentic Lunar New Year celebration, just understand that this is Disneyland's version. And while it does have items that pull from a lot of traditions, you'll likely find a more authentic Lunar New Year celebration near your hometown. This is something that I've kept in mind as I've reviewed these food items. To me, I think it's always important to listen to the cultures that are being represented. And personally, I would like for Disneyland to incorporate even more traditions, especially within the food. So maybe less fusion items next year and more things that they think the public will like that are based in tradition. And just a hot tip, if you get this brioche style Mickey shaped bun, make sure you eat it with ketchup. It tastes a lot better. All right, so now we got another sip and savor pass to use at the food at Bamboo Blessings. That's where the hot dog bun was from, as well as this Mickey shaped purple sweet potato macaron. I've always been a fan of Disneyland macarons. This one doesn't taste particularly different. The sweet potato doesn't really change the flavor, but it does taste really good if you're looking for something sweet. Now, there are some more food items I want to try, but I want to check out Mulan's Lunar New Year procession. This is like a short parade that runs from Paradise Gardens Park all the way up into about Hollywoodland. So the procession takes place a number of times throughout the day through February 15th. You can see characters like Oswald, Mulan, Mushu, as well as dozens of performers. Check the Disneyland app for show times, and you really only need to roll up a few minutes beforehand to see the show. And before I get into the last couple of snacks, if you want to know about even more snacks you should try at the Disneyland Resort, as well as the latest news and more tips for your next visit, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Alright, so we have one last Marketplace kiosk to check out, the Lucky Lantern. This one serves quesadilla egg rolls as well as Mandarin mousse cakes. So these ones are filled with beef, cheese, and come with a side of consomme. The outside of the egg roll was perfectly nice and crispy. I really enjoyed that part. However, the beef was completely lacking in flavor, so was the consomme. I just cannot recommend this one. It was very, very bland. So the last item of the day is going to be this Mandarin mousse cake. It has flavors of vanilla, clementine, as well as finished with white chocolate crunch balls in a tangerine glaze. This reminded me of something I would get at Epcot, and it was so delicious. Like, as soon as I sliced my fork into it, I could just tell how creamy and good this was going to be. I'm usually not a fan of cream and orange together, but this was so good. It also had this nice fruity center. I would definitely order this one again. Now, I expect the Lunar New Year celebration to return in January 2024, as well as run through mid-February like it did this year. I didn't see interest in this one spike, so I don't expect them to extend it, but we'll see. Next year will be Year of the Dragon, and we should also be able to meet many characters, including Mulan, in Paradise Gardens Park like you're able to this year. But you also might want to take note of other Lunar New Year celebrations happening around you. You might try some really delicious food. Again, my name's David Vaughn. Thanks for joining me in this foodie episode. There's so much more I could show you for Disneyland, so make sure you check out one of the recommended videos in the next screen.